Hello everyone, my name is Oksana. It's Road to Edoverse, weekly Edoverse Insider, the 61st. We deliver the news about the creation of our project Edoverse. And as usual, Tokugawa-san, could you please open today's session?
Okay, thank you, Oksana. Hello, everybody. This is Iehiro Tokugawa. Now, I've been talking about the daimyo for like 4 sessions by now, and then I should go to the smaller samurai. But for the next couple of sessions, I would like to talk about the non-samurai population of Edo. So this is usually referred to as chonin, but chonin is the equivalent of the European idea of the bourgeois. So you see, bourgeois were rich, but so were the chonin. Unless you had a storefront facing the major thoroughfares, you're not called chonin. And these were the people who had voice, who participated in the government of the city of Edo, and also paid taxes. But taxes were irregular. And then in the area behind these big stores, there were the small, really small rooms like rokujo. So that will be like 10 square meters for one family. And they share the water and all the furniture you could put away. So this is the traditional Japanese room, washitsu. So the tables were small. You did not have a table for all, but each person had a small table which they would put away. Or I think in most cases, I'm talking about the really small scale people, the real common folk, that they would just have 2 bowls and a plate, and then they would put them on the floor and eat from there. See? And then if they had futon, if they had the bed material, then that they would fold in the daytime and put them away. So in a very small space, by moving around the furniture, they would survive, or they would manage. And the male head of the household would be out for work, so he would be away most of the time. The wives will stay, some would work, and then the children were raised together by the whole neighborhood. Yes. And then by contrast, the real chonin, the big store owners, they would be hiring tens, perhaps hundreds of staff. And like in today's sumo beya, all the employees lived under the same roof. They ate together, and then they would have a day off like every 10 days or something. And they were not paid much, but when they go out, they would be given some allowance, okozukai, and then walk around in Edo. And twice a year, they could go home back to their old country. And in that case, the shop owner will give them some more money, and so on and so forth. So, and these common folk, even though they could occupy only like 15% of the territory of Edo. So these people were what made the city of Edo very unique. And you see that the city of Edo, I think I've mentioned that water was carried to all neighborhoods with an underground pipe system. So it was very modern in that sense. It was like ancient Rome, where fresh water was always provided as a public good. So the commoners of Edo, and also the bourgeois too, they were all very proud of the fact that they grew up drinking water from the cistern system, instead of digging out water from underground, well water or river water. So there's always supply of fresh water, and this is what made the commoners of Edo very distinct from the commoners of the rest of Japan. And what else is there? Yes, and what's very important is that Edo was a very safe city, but this was because most people were not allowed to leave their neighborhood after sunset. So when it gets dark, then activities would go off as well. The only exception was Yoshiwara, the red light district, but in most cases, people would stay overnight. So in the nighttime, the city of Edo was very quiet. You see, and by adding this non-samurai population, And then finally, you get the picture of Edo, which is very familiar to most Japanese. So in the next 2 or 3 sessions, I would like to elaborate on each class of commoner or non-samurai population in the city of Edo. And I think that will be enough for this week. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tokugawa-san. And hello, JJ. How you been doing today? Like this week, last week?
Hi. I'm quite fine. Thank you, Oksana. Hello, everybody. We currently focus on developing our space and implement our gaming system with blockchain, on-chain, I mean. And then we try to create new ideas about pets in Edoverse. And we had some nice materials from Segwin team. It's going to be also attractive, I think, one of the mini game. So it's going quite well. But today, apart from Edoverse, I'd like to share some critical hacking issue which happened in space since last year end, I think, last December till today. And then this hacking issue is not solved yet. So it's quite, something scary. It's really, really tough situation. The thing is, some of the investors or holders of Ethereum has been hacked by MetaMask. It's crazy because MetaMask is, like one of the famous and high security wallet in crypto space. And of course, it's a, individual wallet. It's not like a hot wallet or something. So definitely no one can approach MetaMask, but some of the, kind of veteran means professional investors. Of course, they've never put their passphrase, recovery phrase on the internet. Their wallet has been hacked. This is a huge and critical issue, and then no one found why this is happening to the investors. And then one of the curious things is BTC was fine, totally fine. Ethereum and ERC20 token was hacked and stolen already, and then the amount is not so huge. I think around I forgot. I think around 8 million USD or something for the total amount. So the amount is like not so much, but not so small. And then the most important thing is there any kind of risk or high possibility to be stolen on MetaMask or not? This is the issue. And then the management side from MetaMask saying, of course, that they have no errors, they have no problems, and then maybe this is because of the recovery phrase has stolen by someone or somehow, but no one found that. No one finds why this is happening. So this is, I think, critical. Because all of the projects in Web3, we have to connect our MetaMask to the browser, right? So if let's say like, okay, MetaMask fine, but if there is some kind of risk of entropy on the browsing, some of the browsers, like a Brave or like even Google Chrome, Firefox, then it could be hacked. Means like no one wants to connect their MetaMask to the browser, right? So even blockchain is fine, even blockchain is so nice, one of the highest security system. Once this blockchain is connected to the third parties or other devices, it could be hacked. Means like I think it's kind of the end of Web3 because we cannot say like we'd like to connect our MetaMask to the browser if you it could be like hacked or something, right? So I think Web3, I mean the kind of structure or style of Web3 is going to be changing. I think we should progress Web3 to Web 3.1 or Web 3.2 or Web 4 even, or Web 3.5 or something. I think in that situation, definitely on-chain space and off-chain space is going to be divided. So I think our strategy and tactics was right. So our mission is to protect our investors, of course, from any of the hackers. So gaming space is just gaming space. And then once they came out from the gaming space, they can connect to their own wallet to some high security space by no connecting to any of the browser, and then they can exchange their tokens or something. I think that's the next generation of Web3. But anyway, if let's say like some of the genius engineers found this reason why this happening, why this critical hacking issue is happening, and then if the reason is like, for example, the owner of the wallet forgot recovery phrase or left their recovery phrase on the website, that's fine. It's just saying like be careful and then keep your recovery phrase. That's all. But if let's say we couldn't find any reason why they've hacked by MetaMask, then we have to consider that Web3 is going to be changed in a style and in a way differently. So I'm really interested to see what's happening and then why this happened to all of us, because it's directly affects on our ecosystem. So please keep an eye on this hacking issue. This is critical. Yeah, that's enough from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, AJ. Yes, quite important tip from you. And we also have Mitsushi today with us. Hello, how are you?
Hello, thanks for inviting me. So today I would like to cover two topics. First of all, the counter solution to Ethereum hacking problem that GM mentioned. That's a really huge issue. And secondly, Easter Tokyo, the global Ethereum event was held last week, and what's the summary of that? And first of all, about Ethereum hacking issue. Yes, currently Ethereum are hacked. And the most important thing is the cause is not yet found. What's the reasons for hacking? I mean, in many cases, hacking had some like cause and reasons. Let's say there were some weakness in the bridging system or so on. But this time, cause of the hacking is not yet clear. And that's the most scary stuff. So what are solutions? I mean, we had an internal discussion in my company as well, because a lot of people in my company are also worried about potential hacking and the security trouble. The first, what we can do now is just spread out crypto assets into many different places. That's a very manual way of overcoming the problem. Let's say you can create a lot of wallets within one MetaMask. You can like create another wallet within your MetaMask. So you can just spread out the crypto assets into your different address in MetaMask. And some portion will be stored in crypto exchanges, for example, like Coinbase or Coincheck and so on. Like those companies are able to take care of your assets. Then some other portions are in hot wallets. Some other portions are in cold wallet, like a ledger. So what we can do right now at this moment is just spread out crypto assets in many different places, and I have to take care of those. But it's very troublesome. It's sometimes you forget in which places what amount of crypto assets are stored. So you have to take a note, a memo manually. That's very troublesome and bothering, but that's the only way that we can do right now. Second thing is about the future development. What kind of technologies are relevant to provide security to your assets? First of all, the account abstraction. The new technology, namely account abstraction, was created in Ethereum community. That is, the accounts doesn't require a secret key. So you can recover your wallets with your social accounts, such as email address and so on. We call it social recovery. If this account abstraction technology develops, your wallet security will be much more improved. But I don't know how much it takes. I mean, I don't know how long it takes time for account abstraction technology to be actually implemented for your use case. But please remember that this technology, namely account abstraction, is one of the most like noticeable technology that Ethereum community is currently sparing resources for. Another technology is ZK rollup, zero knowledge proof. This is one of technology developed by like a mathematician and cryptographic academic community. So basically, like a transaction is very smooth, but it doesn't have to reveal your like identity information and details of your account. So this zero knowledge proof, or we call it ZKP or ZK rollup, this technology improves. I think security of transaction is much more improved. So a lot of like a sort of Japanese blockchain engineer is developing ZK rollup project, namely Intomax, and they are based in Switzerland, and they are doing a lot of like fundraising and so on. So I hope this technology will improve. Finally, about a wallet. A lot of corporations try to launch secured wallet. I think the regulation in Japan will be deregulated from the summer. Like custody or non-custody kind of dispute exists right now. So if the corporation take care of secret key of user, that's considered as a custodial wallet. If users take care of their own secret key, that's considered as non-custodial wallet. Because of this regulation, it was hard for companies to develop a wallet, but I think in Japan, regulation will become much more flexible. So a lot of corporations will launch their own wallet system. Let's say KDDI or AU launch the wallets, which doesn't require users to take care of their secret key. So I think the penetration rate of a private wallet will be improved dramatically. after this summer, I think. So I think wallet war will happen between a lot of corporations. So if this competition will become competitive in the market, I think security level of each service will become improved. So I think we can countermeasure hacking problem. That's my expectation or anticipation for the future development with regards to security and hacking in a crypto industry. Finally, final topic is about ESA Tokyo. So the hackathon, namely ESA Global Tokyo, was held last week. I think a lot of projects, a lot of international projects and core members and top tier VC came to Tokyo. And I was invited to a lot of side events of Ethereum Tokyo. And what I've found is that a lot of top tier VCs and core members of protocol told me that they were not able to meet new Japanese projects because of language barriers. I think that's very mottainai. I think a lot of great projects are based in Japan, but they are not able to reach out to those global VCs and global funds and protocol members. So I think we can take advantage of that gap as well, because a lot of members in Edoverse are able to speak English, and we are able to reach out to global users and global VCs. So I see a lot more chances in this crypto industry right now, because a lot of people in crypto industries want to come to Japan because they love sightseeing in Tokyo. They know Japan is a very attractive place. So a lot of people have incentive to come to Tokyo. So as an Edoverse project, we can just welcome those kind of people. We can just provide another attractive, alternative attractive place. Edoverse is featuring Tokyo, Edo Period, and also we provide a Metaverse so that people can remotely enter our spaces. So I think those are the kind of gaps that we are able to leverage. That's what I found in Ethereum Tokyo side events. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mitsushi, for useful tips and observations. And Martin, could you please join us today as well?
Sure, hi. Fascinated by Tokugawa-san's part again this week. I'm very interested in how the calendar worked in Edo. He mentioned that the bourgeois staff had one day off every 10 days. So I'm wondering how they kept track of time. And I think that's also relevant to the Edoverse, because obviously we have this gap between real world time and in-game time. So perhaps that's something that we could play with in the development process and riff off in a couple of ways. Could be very interesting. I'm also interested in the law enforcement aspect. There was a curfew, people couldn't go out, but what happened to people who broke the curfew? What was the system for punishment of infractions of these rules? That's also a topic I'd love to hear Tokugawa-san go into in the future. On the subject of the hacking, as a MetaMask user, I'm very concerned about it. But as Mitsushi-san pointed out, in the future, we're likely to have some wallet wars. I look forward to watching the wallet wars. And I do think that this kind of, fierce competition between different service providers does end up giving great benefit to the end users. So hopefully after we go through this period of turmoil, we'll arrive at a stable system where there's fair competition and lots of different vendors competing for the market, and that's going to bring us as end users. Well, obviously, we are also participating in the cryptocurrency creation process. But from my perspective, as a holder of cryptocurrency, I would like to see more options, more competition in the market. And as Mitsushi-san pointed out, it is good to kind of spread your assets across a different a variety of different holders. So that would also be definitely to the benefit of the end user. So yeah, that's it for me this week.
Yes, thank you very much, Martin. And Dominique, please sum up today's session.
Yeah, thank you, Oksana. Hi, everybody. Today, we have to talk about Ukiyo-e Museum. We are now developing Ukiyo-e Museum. Just before that, the real Edoverse 3D spaces appears at the end of this year. And that Ukiyo-e Museum, just for a promotional purpose that we launched probably in June or maybe early July. So you can just get into the museum just from the normal PCs, and but probably for a while that the Edo Bars system itself is a huge, heavy system. Probably it might be actually we have to just use the GPU computer. But we now try to just solve a lot of problems just to use it, and everybody can just enjoy it, just utilizing the normal computer. But still, we're just under construction and the development, and then we're actually doing very well. And then 3D space development done by the Sequin, and also cooperated with the planets to actually tokenomics. That we're now combining it, and then we're going to have some of the space, and then we can just show you the alpha version of those in the blockchain expo in June and Tokyo too. At the same time, at the same time the QA museum, we are just developing, or maybe the planning, to just utilizing the Fortnite, just in to just making some of the things, some of the games of Edoverse and Fortnite. Just that we have some Katana NFTs, and we have a Katana system that we can just do something. It's a very simple game that we make it, and then people can just get in the future. People can get into the Edoverse just from the Fortnite. This is also just have some idea about things. So we now started the development of the game and gamification. We are now really what we should do that in the Edoverse. And also before we do that, we have a lot of the entertainment, just we have to just pay attention. We've paid attention by everybody in the world. So we do those utilizing those in a fortnight, or at the same time that we might just do some. We're planning to do the real world, the promotional marketing. That's to find the Tokugawa hidden treasure, just the nationwide Japan, that we just put in something in the special treasure in somewhere, and then that you can just go find it, and then once that you find it, that you can get some treasure just in the Edoverse in the future. So we have now it's kind of the real entertainment stage development is just now started. At the same time, we had to just promote some tokenomics in the future. And then we have already just in the Edoverse Foundation already announced that rights offer program. Well, we're targeting next target is that $200 million market cap in the Zenny's markets, and it's at the moment is only just 40 millions. I think we need 5 times more in the future. But the contents of the Edoverse, if you just look at the details and also our program, everything, the worth of this ecosystem is not at the current level of the 40 million, and the probably I believe that I think it's gonna be much higher in the near future. Okay. Now people are very busy, and then we don't have much things that about Edoverse because we are really developing so seriously. So please wait for a little while just to see that the more outputs from the Edoverse. So thank you for everybody, and then that's it from me today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dominique, and thank you everybody for speaking today and for everyone who were listening to us. And we will meet next week. Goodbye.